Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring Chinese expressions or terminologies as a translation to new terminology to technology. Yeah, okay. So today we're going to talk about 再生可再生能源. Well, it's 5 Chinese characters, kind of cumbersome, but probably because it's something that's harder to incorporate into our familiar 4-character formation, if we can. But now we see this can character in there, and that makes a whole lot of sense because can in English is this able sense. In English, we have this word of then attached with this able, like, I don't know, enable. Well, that's not exactly. In this case, it's renewable. So renew is a word, right? And then we add able at the back to it to mean it's possible to be renewed, right? So in Chinese, we actually have to add this additional able because that's actually another concept. We have to parse out the English concept into this 可 means this able thing, and we position it in the front of 再生. 再生 means born again or generate again. That's renewal concept. And renewable is renewable. 3 different concepts in Chinese. That makes total sense, right? And then 能源. Okay. Anyways, 可 is the Chinese way to say yes, you can. I guess I can view it this way now. Okay, sorry, I forgot to turn on pen. But when you see this 2D frame in Chinese, if it's on top of the frame, that means the sky or the limit, or our visible limit of the world, our boundary of the world. And then this puff of air coming out of us, that's we speaking to the visible limit of our world. So we're kind of speaking to someone out there. It's, in today's language, we call it nature or universe or cosmos, right? However, it's the visible world to us, our own, environment. And then we kind of have this puff of air going out there. And this mouth symbol means speaking. Someone is speaking, not necessarily us speaking. It could be like we are speaking upward to kind of pray to the God in the Western practice, or in ancient Chinese practice would be pray to the Buddhas, right? We have so many different types of Buddhas specialized in different departments in life, in charge of birth, in charge of longevity, reproduction, wealth, getting higher up in the social ladder, all kinds of functions. Like whatever you wish for, there probably is a type of specialty Buddha for you. And all you do is to have your puff of air, praying or speaking function, and then you wish your wish got heard and granted. And that is captured in the simple frame. And that's the 可, that's the can. It's divine permission for you to do something. As if we ourselves cannot allow ourselves to do something. We have to get this extra permission from some higher power thing. Okay. 在. Well, I don't exactly know what that means, but there are 2 horizontal lines there that give you the sense of it's double striked. You do it twice at least, so that gives you the sense of again. I don't want to go deep into that because it's super abstract. It must came from some understanding. Again, this is top of the frame, horizontal line, so it must be something heavenly or something our outer boundary or limit of our own existence or world. It's bigger than us, and then it comes down, right? And then we make 2 stripes of things, something like that. And within the space, something like that. If we want to make a story out of it, try to explain it. But Now it means again, and I just view these two horizontal lines because this means heaven or the outer limit. These two strikes could be coming from us, like we do it twice. Okay, 生, it means life, and it can also mean give life or bring something into existence. And in today's lingo, in the language computer and computer language, it becomes generate, as if it, like you can have epochs and click a button and then it starts to do this thing again and again, like nothing special about it. But we are bioform of life, and to generate us is not as simple as click a button, right? It's not a digital life; it's a physical bio life. So this came from this plant growing symbol. It's a bio existence. So this trident looking thing, our plant, and first horizontal line is the ground. So the plant has its root underneath the ground, and the second horizontal line simply is our attention drawer. Okay, a little bit about attention. We all know now we're living post ChatGPT age. That become like such a big public event. Like we all know, like something happened, great leap in our human computer interaction way that we can become conversational. And then this thing can happen, all attributed to 2017. 2017, some scholars or researchers or engineers from big companies, I forget which one, maybe it's a Meta, came up with this: attention is all you need. Attention is all you need title research paper that basically create a new way to connect the neural networks so that attention distribution become the key player, that the computer, enable the computer read text, not just in a way of sequentially. So you read this A, B, C, D, right? You only read D because you know A, B, C, that you kind of connect the dots forward. Attention is all you need. Break that boundary of also you can read D in the context of EFG as well. So everything, every character are having this relational, like bi-directional relationship with everything else. So that makes things more interesting and because it's kind of like a human language. We don't just, even if we hear audibly, sequentially, we can only make sense after everything said. I mean, for the most part, because we have been saying things so much, we can kind of predict what the meaning is. But for computer to comprehend language as human digest language, this attention assignment to know like which word and which word actually have a stronger tie to each other. That's the whole premise of this breakthrough of how computer can better understand and eventually generate our language. So I mean, this wordy thing all comes down to this one horizontal line. That technique of attention directing was applied 1,000 years ago by the language creators. They draw your attention, the language user, to like the placement of this icon at the very tip of the root. And that's the attention for you to make sense of this frame, because otherwise it's a plant growing, above ground, underground. Like, what's your point, right? We don't know where is the ethos of the story, so to speak, or the total sum of this picture frame. So the attention by this indicator, horizontal line, draw your attention there to mean, okay, this is a plant that's still rooted under the ground and it's still alive. So that gives you the whole meaning of what life is about. It's like a plant still growing, still have its root under the ground, and that's life. And that can be an action of giving life. So that's generate. 可再生 again is this able renew, right? Renewable concept translated into Chinese into the three parts. 能源, neng again, it's muscle power, represented by the bear's bicep. So ancient, just like horsepower, in English, we use horse to measure the muscle power or the energy. Yeah, the original energy measure unit of measurement is horsepower back then, because that's the beginning of how we can capture energy. Ancient Chinese use the bear. I guess bear in ancient times regarded as has the highest bicep power. And we have put a net above it to mean it's a power that we can control, we can contain. Therefore, it's a power that we can use. We can apply it to something we want. It's not a destructive energy to us anymore. It can be a productive energy. So that's Chinese energy. Yuan came from this high ground, which is top left corner of the frame. This is here, okay? So see, I'm attention pointing you to here to make meaning of this. This is the high ground, which means something likely to be the mountains, right? And then this is parts of space opening up, kind of like an omega sign, right? And then we have this, you can view it as water drops in there coming out of this hiding place. And that's the beginning journey of this tiny drop of water in the mountain. It could come from rain or snow, right? Comes down, or condensation, comes down, hiding somewhere. And when the gravity pull it out of its place, kind of like dislocated, then it start to move and they start to trickle, join the journeys of, I don't know, millions and billions of his sisters and brothers looking just like that. And eventually they combine into a bigger size of a water body. And that's the beginning of the journey of this water that we're using. But that's kind of a trace back to all the way to the origin of this one pocket of water coming out of it. So that's that's the water source. And there are three of them. That just means gazillion of those on the high ground somewhere on the mountain. And that's the origin of water. And eventually we extend this water origin to all kinds of origin. In this case, it's the energy origin, 能源. That means we are going to the source of the energy. It's emphasizing of, okay, energy means an application. What is it used for us? Is it function as the energy for us? And then we have to understand where it came from. Once we know where it came from, that means we can generate it, right? So therefore, this 可再生能源, when it pairs with yuan, then we are aware where it came from. Then we can reproduce it. So 可再生能源, renewable energy. Here in the past few days, we'll talk about atomic energy, solar energy. We have a wind farm, that's green energy. And today we have a renewable energy. And this is the water dam energy. Again, this came from nature. It's renewable. We can continuously, as long as we have this elevation, this distance, this big drop of water, high ground to low ground, flowing power, then we can capture, harness that 能 and make it renewable, right? Okay. Actually, into the currency of thinking about one more day. This is Sophie. See you another day.